Good morning. It's time for Inside Oakwood with Dr. Leslie Pollard. We're ready for another great discussion today because we're going to be talking about the great accomplishments of our students in the Honors Convocation today. So, Dr. Pollard, welcome. We are so glad to have you here with us again. Let me make sure.
Oh, thank
Here we
you.
go. Yes.
Thank you, Donna. This is always a high point of my day when I get an opportunity to talk to and to listen to, and more importantly, to expose the tremendous work that our students are doing here on the Oakwood University campus. Every time we have a meeting like this, or every time we have a broadcast like this, I think about the text in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29. If you see a person who is diligent in their business, right? Seest, the King James says, seest a man, but today we would say, seest a man or a woman who is diligent in their business. They will stand before kings. They
Yes.
will not stand before ordinary people. In
Mhm.
other words, that commitment to diligence and self application, God promises it's a spiritual law that it will take us places that we never would have arrived at unless we had exercised that kind of diligence. And what you will see today and hear today is a level of diligence and excellence that's at Oakwood University, that's in our student body as we celebrate our 63rd Honors Convocation today. The 63rd Honors Convocation, when we are bringing forward the scholar students who have done so well in their academic programs. And I'm happy to be here with Dr. Karen Benn Marshall and with three of our outstanding student scholars from Oakwood University.
Wow. And I know Dr. Karen B. Marshall is really excited about this as well, as this is in her area as the OU Assistant Provost of Undergraduate Studies. Dr. Karen B. Marshall.
Yes, I am. It is an honor. It is an honor to be around these young people. And I am so excited and delighted. It is it's so befitting because, especially with this year, the way this year has been with the pandemic, and we
Mhm.
now have over 1,000 students who are recognized for both terms. So in term one, which was spring 2019, is when we're recognizing our students, as well as our fall 2020 students. We had about 500 and something students in the spring and over 600 students in the fall. And so they're being recognized for their scholarship. And so we have with us one of our student leaders, Crosby Lambert, who is actually the USM academic vice president. And she can tell you really what this honors program really, really kind of means.
All right, Miss Crosby.
Hi, everyone. Yes, this is such an important opportunity to highlight the student success that they've been working so hard throughout the year, and especially being in the middle of a pandemic to be able to call those names and recognize those students from last spring in the midst of the transition and bit of a chaos. So it's honestly wonderful that we get to do this year, even though it will be virtual. But yes, as Dr. Pollard has mentioned, the Honors Convocation is a tradition that we've had every year, except for last year, which is why we're doing it. We're combining it this year. That we honor students for their academic success and their achievements and their outstanding performance in each of their department or particular studies program. And they have to have a 3.2 average GPA for that per semester, and we calculate that and see also their percentage in that department, and that's how we honor them. And we give them either the dean's list or the honors list, depending on, again, their GPA, and that's how we recognize them.
Wow. So how is this going to look virtually when we do this evening?
Oh, that's a great question. So we typically have the program during chapel time. And so we will actually be in the OUBN studio. All our deans and chairs will be there. And we will actually basically be doing a roll call. And so we will actually just recognize our students. In addition to the categories that Crosby mentioned, the president also has an award. He has several awards that he recognizes. So he will be giving out his presidential awards for leadership and highest honors. And then the department chairs, the deans and chairs will recognize students in each of the 16 academic departments, along with the adult continuing program, as well as those in the Center for Student Success, which are non-declared student majors.
So they won't, the students, of course, won't be there since this is virtual, but I guess we'll have pictures showing their faces, who they are to identify them.
So what we will actually do, the teachers we will do a roll call and we'll actually have the program listed live. So once the president gives out his awards, because those will not be known until he actually announces them, we will actually have the program released live on the university website, and we'll also put it in the chat so that they can access the program. We have it ready to go, but as soon as he makes his announcement, we can release those.
Wow, this is going to be great. I know that students are feeling excited about it as well. So we have some students with us who are going to be honored. They're not the special. I don't know that. Well, let me not say that. Well, I won't say they won't be getting the special recognition, but we know they're getting some recognition. So let's talk to them and let's hear from our students and how you feel about being able to be a part of this virtual recognition for the Honors Convocation this year. I'll start out with the ladies. Jasmine.
I feel very honored, like Crosby and Dr. Marshall were saying, being able to still be very successful in the middle of a pandemic is just really a testament to God, because it was very hard, especially since I'm a nursing student and nursing is very hard. But it's just great that I can take part in this again and see the other students as well have academic success.
All right, I'm gonna let Dedrian respond before I have my next question for you guys.
Yes, thank you. I do think it's truly a blessing to be here and just to be among such great people like Jasmine and Crosby and so many other leaders of their respective departments. I think I'm very proud of Oakwood and everyone for, doing things like this to make sure that we feel recognized, that, we're just not working in the dark, because college can get hard, it can get overwhelming. But, when you have the same people who are teaching you, cheering you on, adds a whole new layer to your motivation and your drive. So I'm really grateful for Oakwood and just being here, and of course, thankful to God for, allowing us to have success thus far.
Now, for both of you, during this environment of the pandemic, where you're virtual doing your studies and maybe some face-to-face, how have you really been able to survive and do so well during this environment? This is both of you, either one you can start.
I would say having a strong support system was very vital to me. So my nursing class specifically is very close, and just us keeping each other on track and making sure we're getting all of our assignments done, we're studying, kind of helped me, as well as making sure I take time to take a break, because you can get burned out very easily, even with in-person classes. So especially with online lectures, or you're sitting online on Zoom for hours at a time, just making sure you take time for yourself and making sure that you're not overwhelming yourself. That's what really got me through the pandemic.
Wow. Dedrian or Crosby, can you give us some tips on what helped you continue to excel during this environment?
I'll go. For me, it was after, like Jasmine said, being on Zoom for multiple hours throughout the day, either for classes or meetings. It was to take that time to go outside, get some fresh air, go on a really nice walk, listen to music. Sometimes just like go to the local gas station and get some snacks. But things like that, just to like celebrate like these little successes, even like going on multiple Zoom meetings or sending out that email, which to me, before pandemic life seems ridiculous, but just having like those small wins of not procrastinating and just like pushing forward, I think it's perfectly fine to reward yourself and treat yourself.
So you were all able to balance your social life, and did you even have a social life? That's the real question. Did you even have a social life during this environment?
A lot of people told me like, "Oh, I haven't seen you, Crosby. I haven't seen you in so long," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been at home. I've been just in my neighborhood. I've been just walking." I know some people drive by in Huntsville and they'll see me walking and I'm like, "Hi," and that used to be like the only time.
Right. How's that been for the rest of you as well? Just dealing with balancing or trying to have a social life and your academics and, trying to get a little fun in there. How about you, Dedrian?
Well, I think for me personally, just balance everything. I just had to be cognizant of like what was going on. I think, a lot of my college career was dominated by, working hard and success. But this year I definitely, decided that I want to live my life, no matter what the circumstances are. So, still being safe, you can go outside, you can wear a mask. And, I haven't tested positive yet. So I think whatever I'm doing is working. But, definitely still making time to see friends, even if, you guys are just outside or like sometimes, my friends just go driving, just like in our cars. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. But I think also knowing yourself and your schedule. So, doing college for 3 years, I know that, okay, it'll take me an hour to study this or 30 minutes to do this assignment. So I guess, when that time management is built into you, then it kind of frees up, other parts of your schedule for you to do what you want. And also a commitment I made this semester actually is that I don't do any homework from Friday to Saturday, only on Sundays, which was different because definitely for my first 3 years of college, like I would do work all the way up to sunset, and then sometimes even after sunset on Sabbath, not on the Sabbath. So, but I definitely, said to myself, definitely going to the next level of education, and everything. I need time for myself. So that's a rule that I made for myself this semester. And I think it's definitely benefited me in terms of time management and just, being able to be overall a better student.
Now those are great tips, and just great to share that because all of you are going to be honored. Are you comfortable sharing your GPAs and where you fall? Because I mean, just talking about how you're balancing everything, it would really help us understand that you really were working hard and how hard you were working and balancing everything and still being successful academically.
If asked, yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, I say that again.
I said if asked, like if you asked me to.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
If asked.
Okay, well, to my knowledge, over to my knowledge over my past where he's at Oakwood, I've been able to maintain a 4.0 GPA.
Wow. Come on now, you have
Donna, what I like about Dedrian, not only is he gifted, but he's humble.
Yes.
We see that. We see that. We see.
Oh,
One of the things I think that's important as our listeners listen, and one of our board members said, "Well done, students," and is applauding for you. From Canada, as a matter of fact, Nyasha Smith Ruddock. Let me just say to you that to those who are listening, you know, and I think Crosby mentioned it earlier that it was about a year ago this week, roughly a year ago, March 20, that
mhm,
we actually closed on-campus operations,
right.
and a dramatic pivot to to hybrid learning and hybrid delivery. Dr. Karen, you remember this, and it was it, just it was a game-changing shift.
Mhm.
Um, and we've learned a lot since then with our studies of our faculty, who have done just a phenomenal job. Our faculty has been so dedicated, and our student body. We've done studies as we've gone through to do survey and assessment research, and to get an idea of exactly what the experience is like. And one of the things that I think makes that this 63rd Honors Convocation unique is that we are also talking about an exceptional performance against an exceptional degree of difficulty. And so the accomplishment is actually quantified
Mhm.
for our students. When you think about fighting through all new learning modalities, different ways of structuring program delivery, accessing information. It's been phenomenal, and we just want to put our hands together and
Yeah.
just and to say thank you because again, it says something about the quality of our students, and Honors Convocation speaks to the dedication of the wonderful Oakwood University faculty.
Mm, mm, mm. So I don't know if Crosby or Jasmine wanted to share their GPAs as well.
I've also been able to maintain a 4.0 all 4 years now. So
Wow! Congratulations!
thank you.
Congratulations! Wonderful.
I will be the odd one out. I have not maintained a 4.0 GPA all 4 years, but I did get one in the middle of pandemic. Okay, so
Right.
and
That's
and I was so and the average has been in between like a 3.7 to 3.9.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yes. So what other honor societies are you members of, either of you? Are you members of
I'm
any
in Alpha Chi, which is the
It's a National Honor Society.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also the treasurer, so it's been nice to be in that organization, but it has been a little different because we did have to do everything virtual as well, but it's still been really great to be a part.
Okay. Anybody else want to share any other honor societies you're a part of?
I'm also in the same one as Jasmine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what was
Does Dedrian, are you?
Yes.
He and Mike.
So yeah, I'm also part of Alpha Chi. I think I do serve in their board, and then I also am a part of Chi Beta, which is the honor society for the biology department. So that's also where I am.
And Donna, can I just jump in here, because I think it's a nice segue to mention that Oakwood actually has 10 honor societies that our students are a part of. And so there will be several of them who will actually be recognized on the program today. These would be the new inductees for this year. So what we do is in the program, we list those new inductees, not all the members, but the ones who just are joining for this year. And so it is an honor for us as an institution to have these honor societies. And we have made a commitment over the past several years to make sure that we add an honor society every year, at least, at minimum, at one. And so we have been doing that over the past several years, just adding to that list. And so we added a couple more this year, and we're really proud of that.
That's fantastic. And adding this, though, is also adding another responsibility or layer of responsibility on the students as well, to make sure that they are a part of this and meeting the criteria. What was that process like, students in actually applying to be a member in these honor societies that you are in? Is the process, challenging, or?
Are you asking like how we got into it, or like the steps?
The steps. How was the process?
I honestly, like, I was just invited based off of, I think, the percentage in your department. At least that's for Alpha Chi. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jasmine or Dedrian. It's like you have to be in the top in your department. I believe it's 10%.
Okay.
Yes, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, is that right, Dr. Ben Marshall?
I believe so. You have to, I can't remember the exact percentage in terms of the Alpha Chi designation, which we actually have in the program, but there's certain criteria that individuals have to meet. So in the program, we actually say the criteria for each of these 10. Usually most of them are pretty much the top 10% of a class. And so they have to meet certain requirements. And then if they meet those requirements, we will send a letter of invitation for them to join. And it really is up to the student to, decide whether they want to be a part of the Honor Society or not.
Okay. So now we know, I think you said it was 500 or so students that will be recognized.
There were 500 from the spring semester, 500 deans and honor students, and also another 600 from the fall 2020 semester. So a total of over 1,000 students will be recognized.
And does that include the very special recognition for different areas, Dr. Pollard, that you will be announcing as well? And what are those honors?
Okay, so there are a number of different types of honors that we give. We use the Honors Convocation to address not only academic achievement, but also achievement that's consonant with the values of the institution. So if someone is known for service, for leadership, for all of those kinds of things that we as an institution value, then we use this as a moment to recognize that as well. And every recognition is accompanied by a small monetary support, which also helps our students. Yeah.
And it's not like a scholarship. It's just money for their pocket. I don't know.
Yes. So please give. Yes. So please give. Yeah. Continue to give. Yes.
Okay, well, tell us again where we'll be able to view this, the honors convocation today and what time and all of that. Who can share that?
Okay. So Dr. Karen, could you say a little bit about that?
Sure. So you can actually tune in to, oh, I think Audrey's going to put it up for us. So
Okay.
you can either tune in on Oakwood University's YouTube or channel, or also on Facebook, and it will be at 9:50. And we will be honoring our students today. And we are so excited to have our virtual honors convocation.
All right.
I'm so thankful for OUBN and the and their broadcasting and giving us the capacity to be able to do so in a very special way.
Not this evening. This is this morning at
This
This
morning.
morning.
9:50
This
Yes.
morning.
a.m.
Yes.
9:50 a.m. So once we get off the air, you guys will be trying to make sure you're ready for this, huh?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, when we get off the air, we will head straight over to the Peters Media Center, OUBN Studios, and from there we will be broadcasting.
Wow. So this is going to be a great event coming up, and just a little over an hour, Dr. Pollard. This is so significant that we are recognizing the students and their accomplishments. And I think especially since we weren't able to do it last year, this is probably even more significant this year for the students and community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And of course, our honors program for incoming students actually began in the fall. Incoming freshmen began in the fall of 2020. And we had a class of over 20 students back then who were being recognized. So this is what we're doing today actually reinforces the value of an Oakwood education. And it shows that from Oakwood University, not only can you be a high achiever, but you can be a deep believer. And we have all of that. You've heard all of that. You've heard references to God and faith and accomplishment by our students. And that's really what makes the Oakwood touch so very, very different. And wherever they go, and we know they're going to be very successful, we know that they will carry the Oakwood touch with them. Because I think about Jasmine nursing. I get calls all the time from around the country saying, "What are you all doing with the Oakwood nurses?" They can tell that this person, once they learn the name Oakwood, that you're an Oakwood nurse, especially here in Huntsville and maybe in Florida in some of the Advent Health facilities. Crosby and her work is going to be great. And Dedrian is majoring in what? Biology with a minor? Are you majoring in biology?
Yeah, I'm a bio major with a minor in theology. I'm going to dental school in August.
And he's going to dental school in August. Isn't that wonderful? Do you know which one you're attending?
Yeah, I'm attending the University of Connecticut Dental School.
University of Connecticut Dental School. Congratulations. I mean, and when he gets to do that work, his dentistry, we say that at Oakwood, we not only graduate, we don't just graduate dentists, we graduate ministers of health.
Mhm.
And he will be that. He will carry the Oakwood touch. As we go into alumni weekend, this is the alumni right here. These are the alumni of the future right here. These are they. And we're so proud of them.
Let's hear where Jasmine is going to, since we asked Dedrian. Can you tell us about what you're expecting ahead as you get ready to graduate?
I do have to take my license exam, and I'll probably take it in May or June. I have gotten a couple offers at certain hospitals, one of them being Vanderbilt, but I haven't decided where I want to go yet. So still thinking.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Dr. Pollard. This has been great. Can't wait to see the program today at 9:50.
9:50 today, OUBN Studios. We'll be broadcasting. You can pick. Audrey has put up, of course, the digital flyer already. But we will be celebrating our students and especially thanking God for their success in the midst of a raging pandemic. They continue to be diligent and faithful, and God has rewarded their efforts, and it is worthy of applause. Honors Convocation, April 1st, today, 9:50 a.m. on our YouTube and our Facebook channels. So you just can't miss it. You can go to our website, you can get information, but we'll see you then. And we're excited about honoring our students who have accomplished so much.
Yeah. Before we go, Donna, can Crosby tell us what her plans are? Because
Yeah.
she's graduating as well.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. I'm actually going to be teaching in Korea for 6 months to a year. I just got accepted last week into a program. and I'm so excited. And then after that, I will be going to law school. I just finished my LSAT last month.
Wow.
Congratulations. And you're going to learn Korean when you're there, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Well,
Fantastic.
have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful time. Have a
Well,
wonderful
Thank
time.
you.
congratulations to all of you guys. We're looking to see great things happening through you and what you're going to be doing in our world and in our society. Thank you so much, Dr. Pollard and Dr. Ben Marshall, for being with us today for Inside Oakwood. You guys join us again for another edition next week on Monday for Inside Oakwood with Dr. Leslie Pollard.